So I know that this is an unusual story for us to unpack during 21 days of prayer. It's one of those that even as I read this, I said, man, what's going on here? But as I said, we have these unlikely heroes that are lepers that start as just a small part of the story, and all of a sudden they are the main characters and they are the role models for what it literally means to share our faith with other people. There's a couple things I want you to understand in this story that's important. The first is that this is the people of Israel and them progressing and getting more land and being able to not have opposition in their way of that land that God promised them is part of a big picture. This is a big deal. The fact that the enemy camp had nobody in it, that they were literally going to waltz through the next section of what God was giving them as their land with no opposition at all. This was a big deal. But the other thing for you to understand is that the word lepers in that day, we might look and think of many different diseases, perhaps, skin disorders, something that you could see. But what was a big deal about this? These people were literally quarantined from society and unable to be able to connect with anyone. It would practically be like going to jail, being cast away from society, being in an institute away from people. And that was what makes this story even more impressive, because those same people that weren't allowed to connect with the city got so excited about what they saw that they had to be able to tell someone. And I feel like God does that over and over again through Scripture. That as we see throughout history, he involves people that we would count out and say, I want to use you to reach out to other people and to make a difference in the story that I am writing. So here's what that tells you and me, that no matter what our life looks like, no matter how messy our story is, even if there's things that we just go, man, I'm not good enough to be able to make any kind of difference in the people around me. I got to get my own life together. And I go, man, if these guys that were just outcast could figure it out, maybe it's much more simple than that. Maybe it's for us to be able just to say, what I am experiencing, I want other people to experience. That's my prayer for you. And that would be what I would ask you to pray about today, what your story is. And here's what I know. The people around you, they don't care what you believe. They don't care about your philosophy of life or your opinions or your politics or whatever it is that's a big deal that you think that you can't get over to share with people. What they care about is your story. Like these guys, what you saw and what that can mean for them that makes a difference. So I want to encourage you, who around you, can you begin to pray, God, give me an opportunity to share? And I think that looks like this. That might be literally hearing somebody share something in their life and you go, hey, can I just pray for you right now? Literally, I had that happen just a couple of weeks ago. I was working out at the Y, and the guy starts talking to me, and it's just a rough time. And he literally said, man, I'm sorry for dumping on you. And I said, no, that's all right. Can I just say a quick prayer for you? And we did that literally I'm sitting in a weight machine, sweat dripping down from me. And it was like, it turned into a God opportunity to be able to say, hey, my story matters to somebody else, and yours does too. Maybe it's that you just share something that God answered your prayer, or you could share about the Sunday message and say, man, check out what's happening. You could literally look at opportunities all around you. But I want to encourage you today to pray for those opportunities right now and begin looking for what God is going to use you for.